Good morning. I'm Mike Tanner, President of the Florida Bar, and I'm very pleased to welcome to us today Allie Sackett, who is the State Courts Administrator. She was appointed to that position by the Chief Justice in October of 2021. She is the 8th State Courts Administrator of the state of Florida. And the Office of State Courts Administrator, or as we often refer to it as OSCA, is the agency of the branch that oversees a broad range of administrative and policy functions for the court, the Supreme Court, the DCAs, and the trial courts. They are located here in Tallahassee and have an excellent professional staff of over 200 people. So, Allie, welcome.
Thank you.
So good to have you here. Let me ask you this question. We just finished the legislative session for 2022. That was very eventful. Can you tell us a little bit about how the branch did?
Sure. We actually fared very well, I think. Our biggest project or our biggest ask and main priority was the 10% for our trial court judges, which includes the circuit and the county court judges, a 10% increase in salary dollars, and we did receive that. So we were very successful in that and feel very good about that. We also had, we have funding in the budget for a Supreme Court Fellows program, which is similar to the legislative Fellows program in the gubernatorial, and it gives more time for interns to be in with the justices. We also had a per our certification opinion, a new Lake County court judge and their suite as well. So we were quite successful this year. Those were a couple of our big issues, as well as second year funding for appellate case management system. So that's very important for our appellate courts. And so, yeah, we were excited.
Good. Well, let me ask you about another piece of that. I understand that part of the legislative budget request, or the LBR, I think you refer to it as, was funding for the second installment, if you will, of funds to deal with the pandemic case backlog. Can you tell us a little bit about whether we got the funding and also how the backlog is going?
Yes, we did ask for second year funding for post-pandemic relief because, of course, we are working out of the backlog. We do have a significant backlog. We're very aware of that, but we are working diligently. We've been very successful in certain areas and working our way out of it. And we're still working in other areas just a little bit slower, but we're getting there, definitely working through it. We got the second year funding for that. And we also got a small amount of money for technology in relation to post-pandemic, so that we could continue court proceedings remotely. So it was for hardware and licenses. Okay.
And then, of course, another big part of the legislative session this year was the bill that created the new 6th District Court of Appeal. Tell us a little bit about how logistically that is going to work between now and the end of this year.
The next couple of steps with the new 6th DCA will be, hopefully, the Chief Justice will appoint an implementation work group that will kind of help us sort out all the issues that we're facing, that will have to be ready to stand up the court by the end of the year. Because as of January 1, 2023, it will be a new 6th DCA up and running. So the next couple of steps will be seeking out lease space in Lakeland temporarily until we can, of course, build a new courthouse in Lakeland.
Okay. And any idea where that new space will be at this time?
We don't know. Of course, we're hopeful that if we can, if the Chief Justice can appoint the implementation work group, they'll be able to seek out property for that. It could be already state-owned or private as well.
Well, thank you for all you do and for all the OSCA staff does for our branch. Thank you so for being here today.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
This has been At the Mic with Mike.